one. Sam Adams Fall beers are out. Hey there, folks. I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. And we have the Sam Adams Beer Fest variety pack for the fall. What do we got here? Flannel Fest. That was a nice hit last year. It was pretty damn good. Actually, I think it might be 2 years old at this point. Octoberfest, always a favorite. Jacko, it's kind of growing on me. And Sam Adams Boston Lager is back in the variety packs. I'm not as thrilled about that as I used to be. Regular viewers know why. They fucked up Boston Lager. They changed it, and it's not what it used to be. I used to welcome its presence anywhere and everywhere. It's a good beer. It was perfect. Now, not so much. So, yeah. All things being equal, we're going to start off with Jacko, and this one's been around for a few years now. It actually was the Traveler, I think, Pumpkin Shandy. It was from their series of beers that was acquired by the Boston Beer Company when they acquired Traveler. That was a very redundant sentence, wasn't it? Anyway, and they put it out a while back, rebranded as the Sam Adams Jacko. It seems to be their premium, well, not premium, but one of their regular pumpkin beers. Now, at first, it was a little bit more sour than it is now. I believe they reformulated it because it's less sour than it used to be. It's a little bit of a sweet pumpkin beer. I still prefer the old Harvest Pumpkin Ale. I wish they'd bring that one back, but I'm sure they have their reasons for making this one instead. Look at all those bubbles coming up from that nucleation point at the bottom of the glass. That is beautiful, like a bubble tornado. It is a little bit hazy. Some of that's basically just sweat on the glass, though. And it's got a darker, like a burnt orange color up top here. It's a little bit lighter. It's overall a bit orangey. I'm mesmerized by the bubbles. I need to stop looking at them and just get to drinking the beer. And it does have a bit of a pumpkin aroma, like maybe an almost toasted pumpkin aroma. Yeah, like a slightly toasty pumpkin smell, hint of sweetness underneath. Yeah, it's like a pumpkin pie type of thing. And again, the first couple of years this was out, it used to be a little bit sour, and I think that's because of its shandy base from the old Traveler recipe, but they changed it up a little bit. There's hints, there's a sweetness to it. There's hints of fall spices, I don't know, cinnamon, nutmeg, whatever the hell you usually put in a pumpkin pie. So they seem to be going towards a pumpkin pie beer. And in that regard, it's not bad. It's not too pumpkin-y, but it's slightly pumpkin-y. So it's a little bit squashy. It's got that almost pulpy feel to it. The mouth feels medium light, so it's got a little bit of body to it, but the taste reminds you of that fleshy pumpkin pie pulp. Gross. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, it's quite pumpkin-y, got some sweetness, and then those fall spices kick in, making it very reminiscent of a pumpkin pie without being like sweet pumpkin pie. It's still distinctly a beer. Tastes like autumn. Tastes like Thanksgiving. I'm hitting this today 3.5 out of 5. I think it's growing on me more and more each year. Can't remember what I rated it last year, but 3.5 on a scale of 1 to 5, and I will try to only say this once during the video. The 2.5 is average, so a 3.5 is pretty decently above average. It's just a good, well-rounded pumpkin pie reminiscent pumpkin beer. And there's lots of those out there, so it's not really standing out from the field, but I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just kind of there. Yeah. So we're going to finish this up, and we're going to move on to Flannel Fest. All right, next up is Flannel Fest. This is a welcome return from previous years. I can't remember if it was new last year or if it's back for its third year. Because last year it was the Fest beer. I think Flannel Fest did come back last year. I think this is about 2 years old at this point. Because last year I think it was the Fest beer. Or if I got those backwards. I don't know, man. Anyway. Flannel Fest. I like this one. Not as much as I like Harpoon's Flannel Fridays, but it's pretty close. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that nice, dark, roasty, brown color. Like a light black coffee or a dark brewed tea. I don't know. Whew, pardon. But nice and clear. Not very hazy at all. A few bubbles coming up from down there. Love that color. Maybe a caramel color. Let's go with that. Ooh. Slightly roasty fall aroma. Smells like, you know, brown, curled up, freshly crushed leaves. Maybe a hint of the fire, a hint of the smoke from a fire. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Nice medium mouth feel. Hint of a roasty character to it. I got ahead of myself there. I was trying to say two things at the same time. But it's roasty. It's smoky. It's autumn. So the Jacko tastes like Thanksgiving and autumn. This definitely tastes like fall. There's a certain crispness about it with that smoky roastiness that just kind of works. And there's maybe some hints of different fall spices underneath, but it's primarily that smoky roasty character that just works for me. This is like a perfect campfire beer. It's a perfect, just finished dealing with some yard work in the slightly cool, crisp weather beer. It's one of those ones where, the season's just starting to, well, it hasn't yet, but it's still pretty fucking warm here. On a day when it's just started turning cold, there's a bit of a nip in the air, but it's not quite winter yet. This is your beer. I'm really liking it. I mean, this one I'm hitting with a 4 out of 5. And I know it doesn't really distinguish itself from the field, like just like what I said with the Jacko, but just overall the experience of the beer is putting me in a really, really good frame of mind. So I'm bumping it up, giving it some extra points. Like I said, 4 out of 5. It's not quite getting into that wow or, unique or perfect reaction, but I've got nothing bad to say about it. It's a very good overall beer experience. And again, it's not a standout, but it's got no drawbacks either. Anyway, we're going to finish this up. We'll grab the Octoberfest. All right, next up, Octoberfest from Sam Adams. There's a lot of Octoberfest beers out there, but only one is Sam Adams Octoberfest. Is that one of their commercials? I feel like I'm repeating one of their commercials there. Oh my God, that's pouring out really orange. Partly just the refraction from the color of the can, I think, but no, that's interesting. It's been less than a year since I had one. I don't remember it looking quite so orange, but I could be mistaken. But it does have a nice orange color to it, a nice light brown orange. And just a few bubbles. Pardon, just more than a few bubbles in my gut, apparently. And not hazy. Not all beers need to be hazy to be good. People seem to have forgotten that these days. But it is a good looking beer. And you know, no surprises here for anybody who's seen me do one of the fall beer packs from Sam Adams before. They haven't messed with Octoberfest yet. Seems like every other one. Winter Lager was made lighter and crisper, or something to that effect. Summer Ale was made lighter, crisper, and more citrusy. Octoberfest hasn't been touched yet. What am I missing here? Yeah. And Boston Lager, well, we'll get to fucking Boston Lager. Spring. They've never had like a spring seasonal that they've stuck with throughout, so they've always messed with their spring seasonal beer. Anyway. Slightly roasty aroma. Not much coming through though. Nice and roasty, slightly sweet, hint of fall spices, that crisp autumn air, the leaves in the air kind of character. I don't know, it's like a less... Flannel Fest is a more robust version of this, I think, because it's got that smokier, roastier character. The Octoberfest is like a more muted version of that, but it's still very distinctly a fall beer and an Octoberfest beer. It's one of my favorites, just because it is a solid fall beer. When you start drinking Sam Adams Octoberfest, you know that fall is here. It's one that it's like coming home sometimes. You know, you try a bunch of different beers out there, Oktoberfest beers, fest beers, fall beers, pumpkin beers, and then when you come back to Sam Adams Oktoberfest, it's still there, unchanged, and still the same. It's some friends of mine and I use it as a yardstick always to measure other Oktoberfest beers against, because this is a perfectly put together Oktoberfest beer. Medium mouthfeel, by the way. I don't always remember to mention mouthfeel. But, yeah, again, it's roasty, toasty, slightly sweet. It's got a hint of fall spices, and it just tastes like fall, like crisp autumn leaves crunched up in the air. Five out of 5. Every time, all the time. And again, it's not because I'm getting like this wow or this unique reaction out of it. It's just, it is like this epitome of an Oktoberfest beer for me. It's perfect. There's nothing I would change about it. It's perfectly balanced. It's perfectly well put together. And sometimes I will do this on a beer that doesn't necessarily stand out from the field, as I've said, but it does stand out in the fact that it doesn't stand out, if that makes any sense at all. It's just perfect. I got nothing else to say about it. It is what it is. I love this beer. I'm going to finish this up, and we're going to talk about the Sam Adams Boston Lager. All right, and last and least, yes, Sam Adams Boston Lager. Again, if you've seen any of these videos lately, you know where I'm at on this one. Used to love Sam Adams Boston Lager. It was the perfect beer. Well balanced, well rounded, just absolutely delicious. But then they decided to change the way they make it. They say they're still using the same recipe, but they changed some of the wording in a few of the ingredients. And the brewing process is what they're doing differently. Some sort of biological acidification or some BS like that. It's just not the same. It's hazier than it used to be. It's lighter in color than it used to be. It does have a nice golden brown color and just a slight bit of haziness, but it never used to have that. It used to be darker and clearer and slightly effervescent. It's got a slightly different hop aroma. You used to get this nice roasty character to it with a bit of hoppy bitterness on the back end. a combination of everything you want in a good beer in just the aroma alone. Now, it's slightly hoppy. There it is, a medium mouthfeel beer. It's got some body to it. Tastes like fucking soap. I don't know what they're doing different with the brewing process that makes it taste like fucking soap. But the back end has like this weird cilantro-esque soapy aftertaste. And it's not fucking good. I mean, in context, as a beer in and of itself, it's okay. I would put this at like a 3, maybe a 3.5, depending on my mood. And it is still crisp and refreshing, but it does not taste like fucking Boston Lager, and it hasn't for a long time. I know this has been going on for a couple of years. You'd think I'd be used to it by now, but I'm not. I'm not. I still have a 6-pack of the original Boston Lager sitting on top of the beer fridge, warm, room temperature. It's old. It's probably skunked as fuck now, but I bet it still tastes better than this swill that they're trying to pass off as Boston Lager. Oh, we didn't change the recipe. Bullshit. It doesn't taste this different if you didn't change the fucking recipe. And it's not just the brewing. The brewing method wouldn't change the color, the character, and everything else about the fucking beer. It's, again, it's a decent beer. It's a passable beer. It's just fucking god-awful compared to the original Boston Lager. As a matter of fact, tonight, it's getting the heavy mug treatment. Shit. That should have only taken one whack. But anyway, I guess they got some strong fucking cans. It's a 22-ounce mug. I'm only doing this to show my utter disdain for this pretender to the throne. Nothing makes quite the impression that the heavy mug does. Maybe even literally in this case. Ah, 22-pound steel mug, folks. And if you check out my product reviews playlist, I've gone into great detail about the heavy mug. It's one of my new favorite things. I love it. Anyway. Sam Adams Boston Lager, or what passes for Boston Lager these days. I'm not feeling it tonight. I've been generously hitting it with a 2.5 average rating in the past. Today, pardon, it's getting a 2. This is where I'm at these days. My go-to beer is now a second choice if there's another decent average beer out there. And I fucking hate that. I mean, Stone's Arrogant Bastard, at least that's still fucking perfect. Bigelow Brewing, it's a local Maine brewery, folks, so you probably don't have access to it. Oh, actually, a lot of you are from Maine, so I bet you do. Lying Bastard. That is a perfect fucking beer. It used to be like my go-to if Sam Adams Boston Lager wasn't available. Now it is my go-to. There's no question about it. Fuck this shit. I'll drink the local one that tastes fucking amazing. Sam Adams Boston Lager used to taste fucking amazing. Anyway, I'm still mad. I go through cycles of anger and disappointment and sadness. I guess I'm still grieving the loss of the original Boston Lager. And so it's been, what, 2, 3 fucking years now? It's been forever. They're obviously not bringing it back, the bastards. But as long as we keep buying this shit, they won't. And now it's back in the fucking variety packs. I used to look forward to it in the variety packs. I used to welcome it. I used to be like, okay, great. At least I know that even if, you know, the rest of the beers aren't that good, because they used to put more new beers in the pack every year. You know, at least I know I've got Boston Lager to look forward to. Now they go in the bottom of the fucking fridge and I bury them until I'm run out of other stuff to drink. It shouldn't be that way with the flagship beer for any fucking company. That's just what I have to say about it. All in all, the Beer Fest pack is not bad. You've got one, drink it when the rest are gone beer, which, whatever. Jacko, again, is growing on me. Octoberfest, don't fuck with Octoberfest. For the love of God, don't fuck with Oktoberfest. Boston Lager is completely fucking ruined. Winter Lager is still okay, and Summer Ale is still decent. They're not what they used to be, but at least they're not complete shit now. Boston Lager is. Do not fuck with Oktoberfest. I pray that you do not fuck with Oktoberfest. Please don't fuck with my Oktoberfest. Please do not ruin the last fucking seasonal beer you have that still is true to the original. Not that the other two were ruined, but fucking A. Don't touch the Oktoberfest, for fuck's sake. And Flannel Fest is pretty fucking good, too. So all in all, a fairly solid pack. No regrets in buying it. I will get the Boston Lagers choked down at some point. I would have preferred to see a new beer versus Boston Lager showing back up in the variety packs. Or even a new beer, period. Look, you can ditch the Jacko. I'm not that sold on it still. It's growing on me, but I'm not sold on it completely yet. But there are worse packs out there. And maybe the bottle pack will have a different variety of beers. Sometimes they do that. They'll put something different in the bottles versus the cans, or vice versa. But right now the cans were the only thing I could find, so I went ahead and grabbed it to get this video out there. Whew. Mug's almost empty. Not that I'm trying to draw this out this time to do that. I still have shit to say apparently. But anyway, again, it's just my opinion. Hit me up down below in the comments or the email link. Let me know what you have to say about any of these beers individually or the pack as a whole. Maybe you fucking love the new Boston Lager, in which case, fuck you. No, seriously. Some people do like it, and that's fine. That's fine. Good for you. I'm glad you like it. I want my old Boston Lager back. While you're down there, don't forget to like and share the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Till next time, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers. Now, if I had hit that at even a slight angle, it probably would have crushed on the first shot. But that went straight fucking down accordion style. It's a testament to the strength of the can. Burp. Pardon. But also my accuracy. And honestly, that's still pretty damn impressive for the mug. I'd hit it again, but there's still beer in the mug. I'm not going to make a mess.